Hello fellow YouTubers, in this video I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Panasonic Lumix GF3K camera. Now before I do, I would like to show you guys a few websites that inspired me of getting this micro four thirds camera and inspired me to start the whole video and photography thing for myself. Now I know very little about this, but the credits go to oliviatech.com by Olivia Speranza. She's quite good at what she does, and she shows you a lot of stuff, as in, you know, studio lighting, accessories for cameras themselves. She previews the latest stuff. She gives you descriptions of whatever you should use, the cheapest setups, the recommended setups, the pricing links. Everything is there on her website. So I do highly recommend to check that. Now if you want to see the DSLR video and learn about shooting with DSLR, I would highly recommend this guy's website here. It's a website by Dave Dugdale. It's called learningdslrvideo.com. He also has a YouTube channel, so does Olivia, but they put more stuff on their website, so I highly recommend to actually go into their websites instead of just jumping into YouTube and browsing of what they have. Now the last but not least is this guy over here. The website is called moviestudiozzen.com. Now his name is Derek Moran. Mainly I use this because he taught me of how to use the Sony Vegas Movie Studio HD Platinum 11 whatever suite. It's really good, very easy on computers resources. I'm only using Core i5 Lenovo computer with no dedicated graphics card, and it works perfectly fine. It also has a sound editor included. So there you go. Kudos to these guys for doing all these videos and helping me out a lot. So just once again, moviestudiozzen.com by Derek Moran, oliviatech.com by Olivia Speranza, and learningdslrvideo.com by David Dugdale. Highly recommend these guys to you. Now before I start this video, there'll be a couple of scenes. I have already the video is already taken, so I'm just gonna tell you guys what's actually gonna happen in the video. First, there will be an unboxing of the camera. Before unboxing, I'm gonna show you quickly the setup I'm using. Now, I'm actually already filming by this camera that I'm gonna review because I have two of them. They're absolutely amazing. I got one for myself and one for my other half. That I'm probably gonna mention a number of times in the video. After the unboxing, I'm going to show you the camera itself. I'm going to show you the lack of knowledge about the camera. It does pretty much everything. It actually does manual focus, just to let you know guys before you start watching the video. I mentioned in the video that I think it doesn't do, but it does, and does it really well. At the end of the video, I'm going to put some quick tips of how to operate the camera. Or maybe, instead of that, I'm going to just show you what do I like best about this camera as in comparison to the standard point and shoot. There'll be obviously a segment about why did I get this camera, not the big DSLR like Dave Dugdale or Olivia Tech shoots with. And yeah guys, so I'm going to leave you links here to clickety-click on where you like to go. And from now on the video starts, so thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for your patience to going through this long video over here. And here we go. Hello fellow YouTubers, in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of Lumix DMC-GF3K camera. Now I got actually two of them. Currently I'm filming this video with, I'm going to show you quickly there, Sony HX5V point and shoot, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go show you quickly around the box with this point and shoot camera, and the rest of the video will be taken by the very same Panasonic Lumix GF3K camera. I got them at the same place at the same time, so they are absolutely identical. There we go. So box itself, okay, nothing amazing, small enough, not too heavy, maybe about kilogram and a half, which is what, 3 pounds. And from now on we're gonna go to the Lumix camera and we're gonna do the quick unboxing. Just before I do, both cameras white balance was set to cloudy and both cameras were in automatic mode for filming. So here we go. Now, so there's a little seal there. I'll try it nicely. It's easier than I thought. So there you go. Once you open the box, you have the very usual user's manual, basic instructions. Okay, there we go. The operating instructions, and there we go, some software. This one is, let's see if it can automatically focus, or maybe I need to do it manually. Sorry guys, I haven't used this camera yet. There we go. Now we are in the manual mode, so I can actually do it myself. Hopefully the image is going to be crisp and clear. I think it was about here. Now, moving on. Further we have a strap, once again. There you go, that goes around the neck and attaches to the camera on both sides. Now, if there is an easier way to focus, please let me know, because I am new to this camera. I have no idea what I'm doing. There we go. These are your cables, so your USB cable along with your TV input and little thingy there to control the touchscreen. Okay, back to where we were. As usual, your lens with the lens hood. I'm going to take it out. Oh, sorry again. Keep forgetting. So there we go. That's your lens hood, nothing fancy. This is your lens. I'm going to take that out as well, just to show you how it looks like. There we go, 14-42, which is the same lens as I'm using to film this video. This attaches to your camera, contacts and all. I'm going to show you a bit later how to use it. And this is the front of the lens. Okay, aperture 3.5 to 5.6, so reasonable. Nothing amazing though. Now next is your power cable. I'm going to keep the focus on at this distance. And your charging station thingy. Just plug the power cable into that, put your battery in. You get a little indicator there, charge. When it's charged, it just switches off. Okay, and your battery. Lots of warnings, usual. There we go, the camera itself. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so heavy enough. Now mind you, not too heavy for this lens. The lens kind of is probably the same weight as the camera. What I'm not used to it, as I'm filming, it seems like it's pulling it forwards. But mind you, I always use point and shoots, and if you compare it to HX9V Sony, oh, sorry guys, I nearly dropped it. Ooh. See, size comparison, slightly bigger, okay, slightly thicker. One thing I hated about the Sony camera is this thing over there. Now they fix it with HX9V and photo models. I don't know what were they thinking with this thing. Absolutely crazy idea to put it there. To use probably Sony proprietary devices. Your pop-up flash, bam, and point it to the ceiling if you want to. Your battery compartment opens by pulling that. There we go. So battery and the card. Now your strap, as I mentioned, attaches to both sides of the camera. On the top you have on/off button. You have auto mode, which is really handy. If you don't have time, you just switch that and you shoot. Simple as that. Video record button. Your single microphone, so it's mono, not stereo. Speaker. It's a touch screen, by the way. Nice, the way it should be. Okay, so this is what's inside. Do not do it unless you have to change lens, because dust can get inside and you'll just be having trouble. So we take the lens, open the cap on the camera. Now to put it on, align two red thingies there. Put on, click, and that's it. The lens is on. So as I said, balance is somewhere around here on the camera. So if you take it like an ordinary point and shoot, which you shouldn't, it feels like it's heavy on the front. So on the tripod it feels a bit unusual. If you have a flimsy tripod, which I'm using. So you should be shooting something like this. Okay, so you hold the lens and you hold the camera with the other hand. Now let's fire it up, shall we? I don't have a memory card because the card is in the camera I'm using now. I haven't got enough supplies just yet. So we close it down. And front of the lens. So when we power it on, just see, set the clock. Never mind. Yes, no memory card. What a shocker. Okay, so your zoom. This is your, I'm gonna try to focus a bit further so you can see. There we go. So it's your full zoom, which is at 42 millimeter, and that's your close, which is at 14. And this is your focus ring. Now you can twist it all you want. Nothing happens unless you switch it to automatic mode. I'm not gonna show you guys, sorry about that, because I just don't know how to go through the menus all that well, so I'm just gonna skip that part. I'll just switch it off and quickly show you how the lens hood looks like. So there we go. Very, very nice camera. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing is, when you shoot with a lens hood, especially when the flash fires, you have quite a big shadow under the image. So I'm trying to shoot it like this, towards the ceiling, or I don't know, try to use something external if you can. But certainly a small thing that you can worry about this camera, but it doesn't bother me at all. I don't really like using flash all that often. So again, compared to the HX5E Sony camera, you can see the lens itself is quite big in comparison. Now mind you, it's not an ordinary point and shoot, it's a much better camera. I've just tried few shots and I'm very, very pleased with the quality. For those who don't really care why I bought this camera, the video is pretty much over. For those who would like to find out why I chosen this camera, not something else, not something for higher price, lower price, SLR or point and shoot or whatever, stay tuned. I'm gonna finish this video by giving you some information why I did that. So thanks guys for watching, and from now on I'm gonna continue the video to explain why did I choose this camera. Right, so this was my camera I had Sony point and shoot before. I was really happy, so I just went with this model. It cost me around 400 euro maybe at the time, which was only a year ago. You can buy it for nearly 200 euro now, maybe a little bit more. Depends whether it's used or not used, what condition it is in and all that. Now, this camera was chosen because I was going to go for DSLR, something like Canon, then I was distracted by things like an autofocus and creative controls, possible hacks to the Lumix cameras which can improve the quality greatly. The size of the camera, look, it's brilliant. It's tiny. Now I have quite a big hands, but still, my friends tried it and they love it. So I went because of a couple of things. Number one, size. It's tiny. You remove this hood. There you go. It's not that big. If you want, you can remove the lens and store them in some sort of small case. But look, if you want point and shoot, there it is. Quite good cameras. If you want more creative controls, better image and better low light performance, you go with something like that, or DSLR. Now, as I said, so first thing was the size. Second thing, price. Canon 600D is quite expensive. Well, for my budget anyway. At the time when I bought this camera, Canon 600D was twice the price. So hence I bought two of these cameras for the price of one. You still have creative controls, you have good image quality, you have automatic settings, small size, everything you need. So price was brilliant. I actually went for GH2 Panasonic at one point, but the price was just too much. It's dearer than 600D Canon, and I said to myself, look, I had point and shoot all the time in my life. I don't know how to use these cameras. Why should I spend a lot of money and just go for something really good if I can buy something like that? That's half the price, actually less than half the price. Try it out a bit. If I like it, I keep it a little bit more. If I want something more, I just upgrade it to Canon 60D, 600D, or even GH2 Panasonic Lumix, or GH3, which should be coming out. Sorry guys. So yeah, price, size, performance is brilliant, and do you know what? Mother half loves it as well, because it's small. She has small hands, it's easy to control, it's sensitive enough touchscreen, nothing fancy, she just goes to automatic mode, bam, she shoots. Pictures are amazing, and it's absolutely it's easy to use. Down points. One thing I should mention, if you're not professional, which like me, and if you're going between expensive point and shoot like Sony HX series, or you want to go maybe some DSLR or mirrorless camera, which is, this one is micro four thirds, so it's kind of in between. First thing what you're going to do is you're going to pick two cameras, you're going to look them side by side. Oh yeah, this screen is bigger, it's brighter. I'm just going to show it to you guys, if I can manage it. So set the clock. Yes sir. So there we go. I don't know if you can see it really, because I don't have what to point it to, but trust me, the screen of this is much brighter, it's much more detail, just crispier looking and everything. If you don't know anything about the camera, you're just gonna go for something that looks nice, feels nice. Screen is amazing, you're gonna think quality is amazing. Well, yes, it is good, but nothing compared to this thing. So the down point is the screen. It's not very bright, nor not very vivid. Very hard to understand what are you actually doing on the screen. No, sorry guys, very important. what you can do is, I'm gonna focus in. What you can do is you can plug it to the TV. When you're shooting pictures, now I'm gonna try this, not sure, but there is on YouTube a function. I think you have to hold this button for 5 seconds, or maybe this, and what happens basically, this outputs live view to a TV. So if you have a calibrated monitor or something like that, you can do it much better than, you know, just trying to judge from the screen, because the screen is just not great. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Now, I don't care about the screen. It could be black and white for all I care, to be honest. As long as the pictures are great. I have manual controls, you know, I can manually zoom in and out. I can adjust the focus, some creative controls through the screen, which is touch sensitive. You know, you focus on object which is further nearer. If you want, when you focus, there's a function, it automatically shoots the picture. It's brilliant. I mean, what else do you want from a small camera? The price at the moment is exactly the same as this model. Now, you can buy Sony HX9V, 20V or 30 even V, whatever the new models are, which some of them actually not as great as this one. Or if you want some creative controls, there you are. So there you have it, guys. If you have any questions about the camera, leave them at the comment section below. I'm going to try to respond to them as soon as I can. Now currently I'm quite busy at work and at home, so I'm not sure how quickly I can do that, but I'll do my best. And I'll try these cameras. I'm not gonna hack them as some people do just yet. I'm gonna go with the manual modes because I'm shooting more pictures than videos, and later we're just gonna see, you know. Right, so a few things about this camera. Feel free to ask. First of all, I said it doesn't manually focus. Nonsense, it does, and quite well. This is the ring for manual focus. This is the ring for zoom, just like on most of the DSLRs and micro four thirds or system cameras, whatever you call them. So we're gonna switch it on. Okay. Now, when you're focusing, it's gonna zoom in into the subject. If it's out of the frame, you can go like this, or you can swipe it around. So once you have it on the object, you simply turn this and you see it either blurs it or goes into focus. So that's for your precision shooting as such, because you don't have a live view. It's pretty hard to focus manually, like without this preview I wouldn't really be able, like, so to say, it's really hard to see where I'm focusing on, so it's a great help. Now, what else do I love about this? Movie mode, obviously much better than the standard camera as well, because you have you know, focusing and zooming. It has all the manual controls that most of point and shoots doesn't have. You have, as you see there, you have a shutter speed, you have the AF stops. Not sure if you can control, not in all the menus, sorry, you can control the exposure compensation, unfortunately, but not a big deal for me. It focuses pretty fast on moving subjects as well. There is a number of focusing options here. You can do manual focus, you can do continuous focus on the moving subject, and you can do single focus, so whatever comes into frame it just focuses on that. Okay. What else? We have the RAW files as well. I haven't used RAW, but basically what it is, it's an uncompressed image. So if you're shooting something that's really important to you, you want to get the best quality, you want to highlight those shadows maybe a bit later in the Adobe Lightroom or whatever software you'll be using, RAW is the way to go. So you can shoot RAW, or you can shoot JPEGs and RAW. Also, now another thing which I haven't started using on this camera yet, but you can get a hack Now, it's not as scary as it sounds. The only thing it does is it unlocks a higher bit rate, unlocks a couple of features like limited movie time. This is a European model, so hence I can't go over 30 minutes time limit. Just some regulations as far as I'm aware on the digital cameras. So yeah, you can hack it and you can make it work even better for you, especially if you're shooting video. Your flash, as I showed you there before, the moment you open it, it just goes automatically to shoot, so it's ready to rock. Manual microphone, a bit of down point, but not a big deal. Display is not as bright maybe, or not as vivid as on some points in shoots. But then again, guys, if you're getting this camera, you know what you're looking for, or you know what you're getting into. So display is not going to give you much of a trouble. You also have here HDMI output. If I'm not mistaken, by holding one of these buttons for 5 seconds, it enables live view through HDMI, or maybe this part. What that does is, if you have calibrated monitor, you can actually avail of your semi-professional features where you can shoot and see the live view and see the colors better than on this screen over here. So there you go, there's a way to go over that. And yeah, guys, it's the way to go if you want to go to DSLR, but you're not sure if you should spend that much money. You just get point and shoot, try a bit, get a hang of it, and then go for something like that. I think it's the way to go. This camera was as expensive as kind of mid to semi-high range point and shoot, and it does far more superior pictures than any of these. Now obviously you don't have like maybe too many fancy controls like panorama and all this thing, but why would you need it? You ain't gonna print panoramas then, or put them on Facebook or something like that, so not a deal breaker. Plus you can also take pictures with this camera and stitch them in the Photoshop for the panorama, so again, no difference. I went already through all the controls, guys. I tried it a bit yesterday and I absolutely loved it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the camera, nothing that would annoy me. It was everything you need in this little package. So yeah, guys, if you want to get a bit more serious than your standard point and shoot, this is the way to go. If you don't like Panasonic or this particular Lumix model, or if the newer is out, go for it and give it a go. Try it a bit. Be patient, and that's my main recommendation, because it's really easy to, you know, get annoyed with this, because so many menus and oh, I don't know what it means, and the manual is, you know, 400 pages long. Just stay with it, unless it's not for you, obviously, and you know, you don't want to spend your time shooting pictures and doing all this manual thing, and you just want to take your camera, point and shoot. Well then, you know, get point and shoot, and I'm sure you can get still good pictures. Pictures is all about composition, you know, guys. It's not about what you have. I'm sure there's plenty of fellas there that can take much more superior pictures in terms of their, you know, what they get in the picture as in comparison to what I can get with this. You know, I've seen one guy doing a Nokia phone. Yeah, contrast and everything was absolutely rubbish, but the composition of the pictures was superb. They actually were telling the story. So number one is get the composition. Number two, get the camera that you can get the composition with, and that will help you to learn and control the light and make these nice pictures. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, leave the comments in the comment section down below. If there's any more questions about the camera itself, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them. Now, I'm not professional or even semi-professional. I'm just starting on this, but I'll do my best to answer your questions. Rate the video, go to my YouTube page, which is Ed's Drafts, and have a look at other videos I have. Now, this is the first video about the camera. Other videos would be about the computers, how to assemble it and all that sort of stuff. I'm moving away from that now. I really like photography, so we're gonna go with this for the moment and see how it works. So guys, Thanks for watching, and here are some sample pictures. I hope you liked the video. Have a nice day.